So here we are. It's great. Clovis is with us tonight, and we're happy to have you here to tell your story. In fact, you know it better than anybody else, so we're going to allow you to share that story with us. But how did you come to know the PH Miracle and begin the program, and what challenges did you have that kind of got you started to maybe even being interested in this whole concept of alkalizing?
Well, about 5 years ago, I was very depressed, no energy. I was overweight, and just every day I would get up in the morning, and after breakfast, I was ready to go back to sleep. And every day I got up in the morning and couldn't wait for the day to end because I was just suffering throughout the whole day, and I didn't know what was wrong. And so a friend of mine gave me the book, The pH Miracle, and told me to read it. And I read it. It was unlike anything I've ever heard or read. And I was shocked because everything that in the pH Miracle that said I should not be eating or drinking, that was exactly what I was eating and drinking
Mm-hmm.
from the minute I got up till the minute I went to sleep. And so I thought, well, no wonder I had no energy. No wonder I felt so depressed. No wonder I was overweight. And no matter how hard I tried to lose weight, I just couldn't lose the weight. And so I decided to try and started drinking the greens, and I changed my diet. I read the book 3 times, 3 and 4 times. I took it grocery shopping. I was reading it in the kitchen while I was fixing my meal. And still I was making I was still making mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
But within 10 days of being on the program, I was just all of a sudden, it's like the light went on. I
Mm-hmm.
felt energetic. I felt I had my thinking cleared up. I was uh, I was happy. I was I was I was just all of a sudden I woke up.
I understand you had were diagnosed with breast cancer.
Yes.
So this condition, did you have this after you started the program, or before you started the program, or
Yes.
was it part of all the different symptoms you were experiencing? You mentioned that you were tired, overweight,
Yes.
and how did breast cancer fit into this?
Well, I had all these symptoms of no energy and overweight, after I started on the program, I, at the time, I felt like there is a reason why I should be on this program, but I didn't know what. And soon after I was on the program, 3 months later, I was diagnosed with breast cancer,
Wow.
and I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. So when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, of course, I consulted with the doctor, and he suggested surgery and radiation, chemotherapy, and all the mainstream medical treatments. I did have surgery. I had a lumpectomy. At that time, I didn't know enough. So I made that decision of doing radiation out of fear, and I did do 33 sessions of radiation. And looking back, if I had to do it all over again, knowing what I know now, I definitely wouldn't have done the radiation because it was very, very hard on, it was too much poison
Mm-hmm.
and it was too hard on my body. And it was very difficult. I mean, radiation was very hard. I had no idea. I mean, the doctor told me, oh, some people feel this way and some people have reaction this way. Some get lack of energy. Well, that's just putting it very mildly. I literally became a vegetable. I mean, for a month and a
Mm-hmm.
half, I just couldn't function. I went to the oncologist, and that was the second round, and he suggested the chemotherapy and the tamoxifen for 5 years. And I was like, oh my God, I can't do this for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be a better way. And I've decided, no, I'm going to let food be my medicine. And I've decided to follow the pH program very, very strictly.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I refused chemo, I refused the tamoxifen.
And you mentioned a side effect of tamoxifen being. What did you say?
Yes, my oncologist was telling me that he needs me to take tamoxifen for 5 years, and I had read that two of the side effects of tamoxifen is cancer of the uterus and blood clots. I mean,
So they're
I could,
asking you to take something for breast cancer that could
right,
cause uterine cancer.
right. It's giving me 50% chance of the cancer not to, it won't come back. It
Yeah.
won't. I won't have a recurrence. A 50% chance. But he's also giving me a higher risk of a blood clot, which could kill me, and a cancer of the uterus.
Wow.
So I told my oncologist, I don't want to get cancer of the uterus. He said, well, are you planning on having any more children? I said, no. He said, well, we'll just take out the uterus. I was, okay, well,
It sounds
isn't
like
there?
some of the voluntary mastectomies that people are getting. It sounds a little ridiculous.
It does. It's like, well, are you using your toes, your little toe? Well, let's just cut it out. I was like, well, no, there must be a purpose for it.
Right.
Even if I'm not going to have any more children, I
Right.
want my body
Organs.
parts.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
wow.
that's when I realized this is not for me.
Yeah.
This is really not for me. And I told my oncologist, I'm gonna just do the diet. I'm gonna watch what I eat and what I drink, and that's gonna be my medicine. And he told me, you can eat and drink anything. Food has nothing to do with cancer. And I was like, how could it be? How could what I put in my body has nothing to do with the cancer or getting sick? And I asked him that. I said, what did I do to cause the cancer in my body? What can I do now to make sure that it doesn't happen again? He said, we don't know. We don't know. We don't know what caused the cancer, and we cannot tell you what you can do so that it doesn't come back. I've decided this is a much easier way to go than chemotherapy and tamoxifen, no side effects. I feel better than I've ever felt in my life. I have more energy. I'm happy. My relationships are great. This is what life is about.
So how many years has it been since you finished your radiation therapy?
In a couple of months, I will be 5 years.
All right.
Oh.
Couple months, April 30th, I will be 5 years.
And you haven't had any symptoms, any reoccurrences, or any indications of any health challenges?
None.
Wow.
None. I don't take any
That's
medicine. I don't take any medication. I follow the program very closely. I drink my drinks, my greens, 5-6 liters a day. All my tests, all my blood tests, everything is perfect. No cancer. I'm cancer free. Yeah.
So of all the things that you're doing, for those who are listening to this, what is probably the most important thing that you would say that you're doing that's made a difference in the quality of your life?
I would say drinking the greens.
Drinking the greens.
Yes.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Dr. Young. Thank you, Shelley.
Great need to celebrate. That's
really,
wonderful.
I mean,
Yeah.
I owe it all to you.
Incredible.
Well, good. Well, thanks for sharing
So
with us today
pleased.
and sharing your testimony to all those who are going to see this around the world.
Thank you, Dr. Young, and thank you, Shelley.
Oh, you're so
Thank you
welcome.
so much.
It's been our pleasure.
Thank you.